Okay, I don't know why I look orange. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm filming in the day, the light is different. I don't know, I'm not orange, I guarantee. So first I wanted to show you my canvas at the back. I finally stretched it. It was kind of complicated because we didn't have enough staples. I had to order more, wait to receive them, and then we continued stretching. I mean we, my son and I, we continue stretching the canvas, so I will be able to start my painting very soon, which is a really good news. I would be much more enthusiastic if I didn't have so many things in my mind. You know, all the time I'm rather an optimistic person. I don't complain about things. I'm always rather happy about my situation, but there is something that I don't like. It's uncertainty. We say that when we are not certain of what will happen next, I'm in a kind of blurry situation, and I don't like that because I don't know where to go, and I like to have my 2 feet on earth and know where I'm going, and right now it's not the case, and I hate that. Still coming from the immigration issue. I'm not going to start because it could last forever. Anyway, I wanted to talk today about something which I didn't want to talk about, actually. I didn't want to talk about that. I didn't want to talk about that, you know, because I'm the kind of person who speaks only about what is joyful or what brings joy or hope or love. And I don't like to talk about sad things. But I realize that sometimes the sad things are not so sad. And it struck me the other day. I was in the bathroom washing myself, and I thought about that, and I thought, actually it's not so sad, and it's important in our lives, so I should talk about that. I'm talking about the people who were our mentors, who taught us all what we know in music, who built our taste. When I say we, I mean the people like me, of my age. Be aware that I'm around Marcolis' age. I'm not much younger than him, just a little bit, but not much. And we arrived in a period where the music was evolving by a very crazy way. So we were a little too young to enjoy it completely because we were small kids. I mean 60s, 70s, we were still very young. But the children, the teenagers who were a little older than us could fully enjoy it. Yeah. Actually, I think it was better to be in our place than in theirs, but that's what happened. I was thinking about that because Marcolis talked very often about his older brother, Eddie Hollis, who was a true mentor for Marcolis. He taught him jazz music like John Coltrane, Ornette Coleman, people like that. Usually when we were so young, when I say so young, I mean 9 years old, 11 years old. It's not the kind of music that we were listening to, but Marcolis was trained to listen to very good music thanks to his brother, who was a true mentor for him. And I realized that my friend Ron Kane, who comes to do the DJ and who has the most amazing collection of music, records, CDs, I never saw someone owning so much music and knowing about so much music, and not only American, but he knows very well about English music, United Kingdom music in general. He knows a lot about all European musics. He even knows French music that I don't know. He knows about Belgian music. I absolutely know nothing about Belgian music. He knows about Italian, German, Dutch, everything. He knows about Japanese music. Basically, he knows about everything. I thought this guy knows a lot, and you know what? Thanks to whom? Thanks to his older brother. I'm sorry, I don't know the first name of the older brother, but I've heard about this brother during a very long time, and Ron talks about his brother all the time, and the brother is not there anymore. And I was wondering, I don't have a brother, so I'm an only child, so how could I know about all the musics that I know, that I knew? Even when I was 11 or 12 years old, I already knew a lot. And how? And I realized that even if I didn't have older brothers or even sisters, I had the nieces and nephews of my nanny making me listening to a lot of music, and I was seeing them on every vacation. So I mean, for Christmas, Easter, even in summer, sometimes outside of those days, if we had a long weekend, I was going to Épernay. So Épernay, it's a city in the east of France. It's not very far from Paris. By train it was about 1 hour and 15 minutes by train. So it was a very short trip, and we were going there. And there was Louis and Pierrette, and also George, who was coming from Metz but coming to Épernay. And they taught me a lot about music. Thanks to them, for example, I discovered Creedence Clearwater Revival. I was barely 12 years old, and I still have the single, the record, the vinyl record of I have 1 or 2 of the Creedence Clearwater Revival. I have a long period by Johnny Rivers, John Lee Hooker, that I discovered thanks to them. And I discovered also a lot of things about the Rolling Stones, and especially Mick Jagger, thanks to George. I discovered also some Pink Floyd and a lot of stuff that I still love today. And I realized these people were my mentors. They all disappeared too. And also there was this guy, it was actually a friend of my parents, who was working at France Inter, who used to be French radio. I think that France Inter still exists. Yes, it's the radio of the government. Well, I suppose it still exists. Anyway, he was working there, and he was sending a lot of records to my mother, who was a singer, and she was not very into the kind of music that I like, so she was not keeping these records, and she was giving them back to me. That's how I ended up with a collection of incredible promotion records with, I don't know, it could be Elton John, it could be Stones, it could be all the hits at that period. It could be Stevie Wonder, for example. So you imagine these people who were like kind of beginners, then it was like, oh, that's not bad. No, yes, really, it's Stevie Wonder, it's James Brown, you know, so I have records like that. Or everything from Philadelphia, for example, everything which was kind of a little disco or things. You can't imagine all what I have. When Ron saw my records collection, he wanted to buy everything, and I told him, no, I'm sorry, but it is what made me and what I am in music, so I'm very attached to these records. They are who I am, so I keep all this. But all this were coming from this guy, Andre Marchand, who unfortunately passed away a very long time ago. So I was in my bathroom and suddenly realized that all these people who made us who we are in music now, they are not there anymore. They all disappeared for various reasons, but whatever the reason, they are not there. Nevertheless, we talk about them every day. So it struck me because I thought these people are not there anymore, but they are present in our lives every day. And we should honor them. We should behave like if they were still here. Without Eddie Hollis, we wouldn't have Mark Hollis and Talk Talk. He was the one who pushed Mark Hollis to do something with his music. He was more than a mentor, he was a motivator. He encouraged him, he taught him that everything was possible. Without Ron's brother, I wouldn't have a DJ who comes once a month or almost, and who plays all kinds of music, and I learned so much with Ron in music. But without the brother, we wouldn't have that. And without my own mentors, I probably wouldn't be here doing these videos for you and talking about Talk Talk and Mark Hollis and all kinds of music. I wouldn't be here, even if my family is in music. They didn't teach as much to me as these people who were not really directly of my family, even though I was considering them like my cousins. They are not, but for me they were like my cousins, or almost like brothers and sisters that I was seeing sometimes, several times in the year. They were a little older than me, but they were still telling me, listen to this, listen to that. They really, they taught me a lot. And I realized also that without this guy at this radio sending us records, and this guy actually didn't only send me records, he was on vacation with us during the summer. He was a gay guy. He taught me how to clean my face, and I was maybe, I don't know, I was maybe 8 or 9 years old. And he taught me that, you know, and I remember of him teaching me that, and every time I clean my face I think of him. And he was not only that, he was sending me to my mother, but she was giving them to me, records, and these records made me who I am in music, who I like, why I'm passionate about that and everything. So I thought we shouldn't think about these people by being sad. We should think about them by being thankful and by honoring them every day and by behaving like if they were here with us every day, because they still live through us. Even Eddie Hollis, all what he taught to Mark Hollis, when Mark Hollis talks about something that he learned from his brother, I'm checking on that and I learned too. So it's incredible the power of these people who taught us everything and who enrich us, with the knowledge that we wouldn't have without them. So I really wanted to do a video about that, about these people. I wanted to honor them. I wanted to say that we think about them every day. We thank them for what they did. And even if they are not physically here anymore, they are still here in our heart every day. That's what I wanted to say. And we must not be sad, we must be joyful to have met them, to have crossed their way in our life. I think it's the least we can do and we can say, and we must think of them every day. Okay, that's what I wanted to do and to say. I will probably very soon start my painting. I'm sorry the camera is not well positioned. I don't know, I didn't manage to do it today and I don't know why I'm orange. Okay, I see you very soon, bye bye.